Hey you! How are all of my beautiful planty people doing today? I hope you are doing great. I am doing well. The sun is shining. It is a beautiful day. I am between busy weekends right now, so I'm trying to get some content pre-filmed and out for you. One disclaimer, you're going to see my nails a lot in this video, and they're really bad, so don't judge me. Or do, whatever. Anywho, so for those of you who are new here, hi, hello, welcome. My name is Nikki. This is my channel, Plants, Pots, and Whatnots. And for my lovely, wonderful GFPs, my gluttons for punishment, who keep on coming back for more for whatever reason, thank you so much. It is amazing to see you as always. So today I've got a couple things that I want to do. So number one, I got a new grow bulb from a company that I already had loved, and then they reached out to me and wanted to send me this one particular bulb. I don't have this one, but I really love the other bulbs that I have from this company. So I was like, oh my gosh, yes, please send it to me. So we're going to open that. And I'm going to kind of combine that with my Monstera Dubia chop. We're going to finally do it because clearly nothing's happening with this Monstera. And I would like to see it keep growing up the wall. So we're going to go ahead and chop her and prop her today. And I'm going to show you this new bulb that I got. And we're going to set it up and see how it does. I'm sure it will be fabulous. It will probably be a lot better than the bulb that I have in there. And that bulb is going to shine on the Dubia as well as my ginormous Gloriosum. So that's what we're doing today. But before we get too far in, let's take a look at today's missing child case. Today's missing child case is 11-year-old Hunter Keys. This one hits me especially close because my youngest son is 11, and this is terrifying. So Hunter was last seen Tuesday, August 4th in the Langley, BC area. Hunter is 5'7", very slim build. He has short, light brown hair and brown eyes. No clothing description is available at this time. If you have any information, please reach out to the contact information on screen as well in the description box. Anyone that does have any information about Hunter Keys is being asked to call the Abbotsford Police Department at 604-859-5225 or text APB at 222973. Thank you. Okay, so without further ado, let's go ahead and jump in and I will show you the bulb I got and then we'll go ahead and do the chop. This is going to peel paint off my wall, I think. Okay, first things first, I have to show you this new light that I got. So if you've been around a while, you've seen a lot of my different lighting setups, the different lights that I use, different lighting techniques for what, so on and so forth. So you've seen this particular light before. So this is a SANSI light bulb. So there it is. So this one's really great. So there's not a whole lot of light that comes from the top, but the outside is all LEDs, so they don't take a massive amount of electricity, power. You're not over, you know what I'm saying? Okay, anyway, so these ones are really great. I had this one down so that the plants, let me hold it up proper, were more like down in and around, so it kind of shines out as opposed to like directly down. So it depends on your lighting situation, what you're trying to illuminate. But these are the ones that I've been using for quite some time now, at least 6 or 8 months, I believe. And they're great. They're wonderful. I love them. And so when SANSI reached out to me and wanted to send me another one of their bulbs that I haven't tried yet, I was like, duh, of course. So anyway, this is the one that they sent me. So let's open it up. They've got their little Oh, it says, congratulations. We sincerely invite you to join our SANSI VIP membership club and receive exclusive benefits, discounts, free trials, etc. Okay. I'll have to do that later. So this bulb is a beast. Look at this thing. Whoa. Whoa. All right. So this is going to be absolutely perfect for what I need, and I love it. Look at that bulb. That is a bulb that means business. So the other thing that I really like about SANSI, and you can tell with the two bulbs, is they have like this design. Now I'm going to have to do some like reading again because I'm pretty sure that these bulbs are designed to keep the airflow so they don't overheat. They've put a lot of time and effort and research into creating a grow bulb, not only for different situations, different lighting situations, different plants, etc., but into creating an overall bulb that works best for us in our homes, and you know, ones that are just an overall good, well thought out bulb. And I've always liked the company. What I'll do is I'll put a link down in the description. If you want to try any of their bulbs, I'll put a link down there. You can go check them out. I don't tend to recommend anything that I haven't personally tried, but when they did reach out, I was like, hey, this is great. I've already used your bulbs for quite some time. I like your company. I like the way you design your bulbs. And so it's something that I feel confident in recommending to you guys. And it will make a world of difference for your plants. So if you want to try one of these out for yourself, go ahead and click the link down in my description, because these bulbs are great and they fit in regular like sockets, like this one. So let's go ahead. First things first, let's go ahead and, oh, I'm so nervous. And let's go ahead and cut my Monstera Dubia and peel some paint off my wall, because why not? I mean, really, it's just going to grow back up there and cover it, hopefully. Anyway, let's go do it. Okay, this is a really odd angle to shoot from, but like, this is a tight space, so it's hard to like, you know, fit everything. Anyway, so this is the area that I'm talking about. So there's a light right here. It's just one of these tin bulbs, and it's got like PSA, don't look directly into a grow bulb or any other bulb or bright light source. Now I see spots. Okay, anyway, so I've got this bulb right here is the one that's always kind of been shining on the Dubia, and it's giving like ambient light to this giant gorgeous baby right here. So so this top portion of the plant is I've left it for a while. It tried to grow 2 new growth points, but both of them just died off. I'm not really sure why or what happened, but at this point I don't think there's anything left in that node to regrow. I don't know. This is obviously the first time I've had this plant, and I mean, I've had it for a while, obviously, but I don't know how that works exactly. So my thought is I'm going to cut the top node off, and hopefully that will initiate the plant to be like, oh crap, I need to grow again, and it will shoot a new growth point. I don't know where it's going to shoot it from. It may send it on a totally different course than where I currently have it going, but I have to do something. So that's the something that I've decided to do. So this particular one, I'm going to be cutting right, so you can see where's, okay, there it is. I'll try to zoom in so you can see. So I'll be cutting it right here. So it'll just be this top node and this top leaf that we cut off. And I'm hoping and praying, I'll definitely keep you guys in the loop of how it goes, but yeah, I'm gonna cross my fingers. The other thing that we have to do a little further down the road, I'm gonna do this first. I'm probably doing this backwards, but then I also have to repot it. So this is what the pot situation looks like right now. So it's going to be kind of tricky to, because I can't really pull it off the wall, take it somewhere, repot it. So what I'm gonna have to do is repot it in place. So basically take everything out of that pot, reshift a new pot underneath, put it back with all keeping it there. Now the other tricky part is that this piece of wood isn't actually attached to the wall. It's just kind of sitting on the plant stand that's there. And so I'm gonna have to figure that out as well. I guess I just didn't think this far ahead when I originally put it here. I was like, ooh, cool, plank. I can just set it there and it'll just grow and I'll never have to touch it ever again. I was wrong. I'm willing to admit that now. Anyway, so I'm procrastinating at this point. Can you tell? Okay, I'm gonna reposition the camera to try to get it up there, and I'll cross your fingers, toes, eyes, whatever you got, whatever you can cross physically, do that. Oh boy. Okay, I think this is the best shot I can get. So I'm gonna be cutting right here. And it's stuck to the wall. Like I'm pushing on that stem like really hard and it's not moving. So, I don't know how this is gonna go. So I got my clippers, my little shears here, and we're gonna try to see if this works. If this doesn't work, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Actually, I'm gonna grab a stool because that's kind of a little over my head physically. Okay, have stool. Now, as long as I don't fall off said stool, we should be okay. All right, oh, I'm gonna get a little higher. Oh my goodness. Okay, oh my God. I'm scared. Let's see if this works. Oh, okay, so I cut it in half and it's still stuck to the wall. Let's see how hard it's gonna be to get it off. Oh my. Oh no. Okay, hold on. Sorry if my hair's in the way. Okay, look at that. Let me see if I can show you. Like, it was stuck to the wall. There's paint on there. Isn't that funny? So that's what they look like. So this is the remnants. There's still little pieces of root. But we're gonna go ahead and leave her and hopefully she will regrow. Now I am going to try to root this and we'll see if we can get anything done, because here, let me zoom out a little. There we go. Because this is a really beautiful leaf still. It's got some gorgeous fenestrations. So we'll go ahead and put this into some spag moss and see if we can reroot this part and maybe get two of them going. Maybe I can grow one up either side of this shelving unit. Shelving. Oh gosh. Shelving unit. And that would be kind of cool. All right, let's go get this. Actually, I'm just going to put this away first. I'm going to deal with this light first, and then we'll go and put this in some moss or whatever I decide to put it in. Okay. I had to turn this off, obviously, to change the bulb. It's still a little bit warm, but these bulbs don't get like crazy hot, which is lovely. So this is the bulb I had in there. Sunblaster, they do make good bulbs, but I think for my purposes, I need something a little heavier. So this part of my living room doesn't get like a ton of natural light. So I really have to kind of beef up the lighting in this area. It's so important to have like decent light for your plants. Dubia can take decently high light. Most Monsteras are pretty tough when it comes to light. The Gloriosum doesn't need like a metric crap ton. So let's go ahead. I think this will fit in there just fine. It will. Now, Ideally, eventually, I'd like to get like some nicer looking like housings for my bulbs. That's definitely heavier than my other one. All right, hold on. Oh. So that may be the only tricky part, is getting it positioned. Okay, let's go ahead and turn it on. You guys ready? Oh! Wow. Oh my gosh, what a difference. Okay, I'm shook. Hold on one second. I gotta back you up so you can see. Hopefully it's gonna come off. I can figure out how to use my situation here. Okay. I should have done a before and after, but alas, here we are. So this hardly had any light on it with that other bulb, and this just like lit up this whole corner. This is so cool. Okay, so ideally what I'd like to happen at some point, let me just angle it so you can see what I'm talking about. I want to try to figure out, and you guys let me know if you can think of a way that I can do this, but I would like to have it like up higher so it's shining down on these two. Lighting's always better if you can have it shining down on a plant as opposed to like to the side. That way you don't have to worry as much about, you know, plants growing, you know, one way or the other. And they grow up a little bit more straight as opposed to like fanning out. So that's the goal, but I'm not really sure. I want to avoid putting a hole in the ceiling if I can help it. Although I do have those smaller little hooks that you just screw in, and that might hold it. Okay, now my wheels are turning. Let me go see if I can find one of those, because that would be an ideal situation. At least until this guy hits the ceiling. And then I don't know what I'm going to do after that anyway. Oh, he also needs a good clean. I'll do that later. Anyway, so I'll worry about washing the leaves later, because I actually haven't done her leaves in a really long time. And I'm sure she could use it. She's got a lot of like dust and residue from my spray. So anyway, I'm gonna go and see if I can find one of these hooks, and maybe we can actually just suspend it from the ceiling. Let's do that. Cute angle. See how much is? Or lack thereof. Okay, so these are the hooks that I'm talking about. Now, I got a bunch of these because they really do come in handy. Now, the issue with these is I wouldn't hang any heavy plants off of them. This light isn't super heavy, so I'm not worried about that, but I wouldn't use it to like put macrame with a pot in it or anything. So I'm gonna go ahead and screw that in up here, and hopefully we can situate it so that it shines down on these plants from the top. And hopefully that will encourage some upward growth. So let me just not fall. Hold on. Oi. Oh, this is a great angle. I'm so sorry. Where do I want to put it? Like here? Let's do this. There we go. Now I'm covered in dust. So the trick is going to be trying to hide the cord. Ugh. Ow, my thumb. Because I don't want it hanging on the plant. You can also turn the hook. That helps to kind of angle it how you want it. And actually, this isn't doing anything now that I've got it angled properly. So I'm going to go ahead and actually take that right off. Ugh. Put her back up here. There we go. All right. That is amazing. Sweet. So much better. Okay, I'm gonna take you down off here so you can kind of get an overview of what it looks like. There we go. Now I don't know if you can tell between the before and afters, but this is like amazing night and day, no pun intended. sort of situation. So what's good about this is that there's a new leaf coming here on my Gloriosum. So with having the light more directly above, that leaf will hopefully come right straight up here and fill in this gap. If you can kind of see what I mean there. And then all of the leaves will eventually kind of turn to face that. And I'm hoping eventually I can turn it around, because you can see it's growing from that way, but because I had it in the front window, all of the leaves turn to face the window. So it's a long, hopefully you know what I mean. Anyways, I'm rambling at this point, but I love how that looks. And this Dubia, it looks really not as bright on camera, but it's getting beautiful light from the top now, and it didn't before. So I'm very excited. Thank you so much, SANSI, for sending me this. I am positive that I'm going to love it just as much, if not more, by the looks of it, as my other SANSI bulbs. So, oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this. It's not even funny. I'm looking forward to seeing the growth on these two plants now that they're getting appropriate light. It looks dark, but honest to God, guys, it's really not. I think it's just my camera. So let's go ahead and go back to the table, and we're gonna put that Dubia cutting into some spag moss, I think, and we're gonna go ahead and throw it in my little wonder greenhouse over here and see what we can do with her, because, you know, experiments, and I like to do that. So let's go do it. Okay, let's try this again. My camera just had like a moment. Okay, so these are the pots that I'm gonna be using. I got these off Amazon. They are like a flimsy plastic. I shouldn't say flimsy. They're, I don't know. They're not flimsy. They're like a really sturdy plastic, but they're like, you know, you can like flatten them and whatever. Anyway, so these have been really handy for everything. And when I'm using these in soil, so they have the one drainage hole there at the bottom, but if I'm putting plants in like soil or anything like that, I'll go ahead and just heat up the tip of my metal chopstick, and I'll just like melt excess holes into it. And these are really great. You can reuse them and wash them, and they're really like sturdy plastic, but they're like squishy, you know? There's a word. I'm sure there's a word, but it's not coming to me. But for today's purposes, because we're just using spag moss and I want it to retain enough of that water, I'm just going to go ahead and use it as is. So here is the plant. There is the node. There's where it was stuck. There's some of the paint from my wall. Gonna have to repaint those soon anyway, so it doesn't really matter to me. But they're just like really creepy. Hopefully you can get a good look at that. Isn't that weird? Anyway, this is the growth point that tried twice to grow and failed. So there's technically two nodes here. So we'll just see what happens. There's the actual leaf. It's gorgeous. But we want it to keep growing. So we're gonna go ahead. But the reason I chose a bigger pot, normally I wouldn't because the node is rather small and there's no roots, but I want something that's going to be able to hold this giant leaf up. So I've got my moss here. Moss. Let's go ahead and put some in the bottom of this first. I know you can't see this. I'll show you after. I'm putting moss in a container. It's not that exciting anyway. Okay, so then I'm gonna go ahead and set it. Well, that's still a little bit too low. I think that's good. And then I take this piece and I actually wrap moss around the node itself, so I know that it's good and covered. Oh, you can't see that either. We're batting 1,000 today. All right. So I'm wrapping the moss around the node like this. And then what we're going to do is we're going to set it down inside here and then just kind of fill in the gaps around it to stabilize it a little bit. And then we're going to cross our fingers and toes and eyeballs again and hope that it works. Oh, the covering yourself in moss is an unnecessary step, but it's always fun to try new things. Okay. All right. Oh my God. Hi. All right. Okay. So there we go. It's cute, right? Okay. Anyway, so what I've got here as well is some water with, what's in here? Liquid dirt. So I'm just gonna go ahead and wet this moss because this moss is fairly dried out. I don't like to keep it like super moist or else it grows mold. So there we go. So I'm just gonna go ahead. I'll try to hold this up, and not that you don't know what watering moss looks like, but in case you don't, this is it. Okay, there we go. And then we're just gonna set it down in my handy dandy little oil pan here. This thing is the best. Honestly, go to the dollar store, buy yourself a plastic oil pan. It is the best thing I have found for repotting plants. You can clean it out really easily. It's handy just to like shove behind something or under a shelf. And it's like the perfect depth, the perfect width. I love it. Anyway, okay, sorry. Go to the dollar store and get one. So there, we're all set. We've got our little Dubia. Who's draining? Give her a little squeeze. It was a long weekend, okay? Anyway, and I will keep you updated on how this goes. If, I mean, obviously it's gonna root, I would assume. But I'm not sure about the whole growing a new leaf process with this cutting because it didn't seem like it wanted to do that before. So we'll see what happens. I'll also keep you up to date on how the Dubia that we, like the mother plant, how that's doing. And I'm sure down the road, I will give you a glorious update on how amazing that SANSI light is, because I can tell you, even sitting right here, I'm looking at it and everything's just illuminated magnificently. Okay. Well, that's it for today's video. I also want to say thank you guys so much for all the love on last week's video with my my plant leaf art. Like I said, it didn't really go to plan, but we live and we learn and we, you know, whatever. So I'm working, I have the second part of that in the works right now. So that will probably be out in 2 weeks time because I've already started the process of soaking those leaves in water. So I'm going to have to like just go with that. So I'm just going to leave that and I'm changing the water as I go. And then I have a couple other things to show you, but thank you for all the love on that. For those of you who didn't see my community post update, I took a picture of that photo frame with those Scindapsus and pothos leaves in it, and they're still green. They still look like they were just cut off the plant. So I'm hoping that that stays. I will continue to give you guys updates in a couple weeks, in a month, etc. But I'm gonna assume, and I know what that does. It makes it, I know. But I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to assume that if they haven't even started to yellow yet, they might be okay. I hope so. Anywho, I will go ahead and let you go. Thank you guys so much for liking and watching and commenting and subscribing. If you're not subscribed already, please consider doing so. It is a huge help for my channel and I really do appreciate it. Also, if you're not already, go ahead and follow me over on Instagram. We are accumulating quite an amazing little following over there, and I always have a little fun on the daily over there. So if you want to keep tabs on me, know what I'm doing day by day, go ahead and follow me. Here's my Instagram account, and yeah, it's a good time. It's at least an okay time. It's a time. Have an amazing day, night, week, month, and year. I love y'all to bitty bits, and I'll see you in the next video. Mwah!